This is a crazy story. I'm suing Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister. Starmer is the disgraced UK Labour Party leader, and a few days ago, he illegally put me on a blacklist. He's banning me from entering the UK, and he's done it just days before the massive rally in London this weekend, organized by Tommy Robinson, the British journalist and civil rights activist. Now, I'm a journalist, and the UK government wants to stop me from doing news reports about this rally. Stick around and I'll show you the letter I received and what I'm going to do about it. I've got some good ideas you might like. In fact, I need your help to fight back. Or you can scan this QR code right now or visit the website letusreport.com. Now, this all started last week when the Labour Party got crushed in local UK elections, losing around 1,500 council seats. Immediately, the party started to revolt against Starmer, so he tried to switch the topic and place the blame. He went on national TV and attacked Tommy Robinson and anyone associated with him. Take a look.
And you'll see it again on Saturday at a march designed to confront and intimidate this diversity and this diverse country. That is why this Labour government will block far-right agitators from travelling to Britain for that event. Because we will not allow people to come to the UK to threaten our communities and spread hate on our streets.
By the way, I'm not far right. In the UK, that means pro-Nazi or anti-Semitic. I'm Jewish, in fact. Funny thing is, Starmer actually has no problem with real anti-Semitism. He's presided over a massive anti-Semitic crime wave because he's afraid of calling out Muslim extremists. It's two-tiered justice. You know, the UK has blocked me as a reporter, but every single day they let in illegal migrants, including terrorists, who actually get free housing and healthcare when they arrive. Over the past week, Starmer has banned more than a dozen people, including elected members of the European Parliament, without any legal process.
I've just been banned from traveling to the UK by the Starmer government.
Did you guys see that Starmer now actually admitted that he actively, personally banned myself and a number of other right-wing commentators from traveling to the United Kingdom?
I've just received notice that I've been denied entry into the country.
They have also banned my colleague from Australia, Avi Yamini, who was going to do reporting as well.
I've just been banned by Keir Starmer from entering the UK to attend a rally.
The only test is, are you a friend of Tommy Robinson? Starmer's Orwellian crackdown has already caused an international diplomatic incident. Here's the Speaker of the Belgian Parliament summoning the British ambassador to answer for this ban, calling it shocking.
Freedom of speech is dead in the UK.
It is shocking. You know, a few years ago, I was awarded the Queen's Jubilee Medal for advancing freedom of expression. That was after I published the Danish cartoons of Mohammed. I think Queen Elizabeth, may she rest in peace, would be deeply disturbed by Keir Starmer's censorship and his blacklist. Starmer is tearing down so many of Britain's traditions, like ending the right to jury trials. I've been attacked by Starmer, but I'm not actually the real target here. The British people are the target. By attacking me, Starmer is sending a message to ordinary Brits that they better not go to Tommy's rally, they better not say anything Starmer doesn't like, or he'll sick the government on them too. But let me tell you what I'm doing about it. I am not just rolling over. I've got 3 ideas, and you can help me with them, and the last one might actually be the most fun. But first, let me just show you the email I got from the UK Home Office. It's not even signed by anybody, saying that my travel document called an ETA, or Electronic Travel Authorization, has been canceled. I've been blacklisted. Here, let me read it to you. Dear Ezra Isaac Levant, your UK ETA has been canceled from 8th of May 2026. This means you cannot travel to the UK without a visa. This is because your presence in the UK is not considered to be conducive to the public good. You cannot appeal this decision. Look at that wording, not considered to be conducive to the public good. What does that even mean? I've traveled to the UK dozens of times as a journalist to cover important court cases, interview newsmakers, and even to lead group tours of the UK. I love the UK and I respect it, including its traditions of free speech and the rule of law. Obviously, I've never done anything against the law, not even a parking ticket. That's why they use the most vague excuse possible, that they don't like me. Because the truth is, the only reason I'm being blocked is that I'm on Starmer's political blacklist. But let me tell you what I did immediately after I received the email. And I don't think the other people who were banned have done this. Remember, Starmer said he was taking away my ETA. That's that quick electronic version of a visa that anyone coming from Canada would typically use. But here's what the email said right underneath that part. I'll read it. It said, if you still want to travel to the UK, you need to apply for a visa so we can consider your circumstances in more detail. Having your ETA canceled does not mean you will be refused a visa. To visit the UK, you need to apply for either a standard visitor visa, transit visa, temporary work, creative worker visa. Okay, so I clicked the link and I clicked a few more and I got to a page where they say it normally takes a month or more for a visa application to be reviewed, which obviously is why they waited until the last minute to tell me I was banned. But look at this. If you pay £100, that's about 185 Canadian dollars, they'll get back to you in 5 days. Well, again, that's too late for the rally. They waited till the last moment on purpose, obviously. But look at this last one. Using the super priority service for visa and settlement application means you'll usually get a decision by the end of the next working day. So there's a super fast version. Now, they charge £1,000 for that super fast service. That is over 1,800 Canadian dollars. That's insane. But I've already bought a plane ticket to London and a hotel room to London, and I've already spent so much money. I want to go there, and more to the point, I want to fight this. So right after I read the blacklist email, I did what their email said. I filled out the visa application form. Every personal detail, my entire travel history going back 10 years, my bank account balance, details about my family, about my parents, about my kids, a list of, I can't even believe I had to enter every country I've been in 10 years. I probably answered 100 questions, and I submitted that all on May 8th, last Friday. And I paid the insane fee that same day. The next business day, I went in and I had my fingerprints taken and other biometrics sent to the UK. They've had this for days now. And nothing, crickets. Monday came and went, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's now been 6 days. They took my £1,000 and promised a result within 24 hours. There wasn't anything wrong with my visa application. It was perfect. I answered every question honestly. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. Keir Starmer has instructed them to stop me because of my politics. They just don't want to put that in writing. Well, that's illegal. And that I can appeal to the courts, and I will. So here's what I'm doing. Step one, I'm retaining a lawyer in the United Kingdom to sue the British Home Office and Keir Starmer himself, who obviously interfered directly. He even made a speech about it. Make Starmer come to court and explain himself. Let's make him reveal his internal memos and his comments about Tommy Robinson and Tommy's supporters, about me and everyone else who was blacklisted. I'm sure what Starmer has said in internal memos is not just disgraceful, but it's also illegal. Do you like that idea? If so, I sure could use your help to pay for the British lawyer we're hiring. You can help by scanning the QR code or going to letusreport.com. We have to raise thousands of pounds to fight. And remember, Starmer will have all the government lawyers on his side. But a lawsuit takes months, even years. So what can we do right now? Well, there's no way we're going to be stopped from reporting on Tommy's rally. It's just too important. So step two of my plan is to send over other Rebel News reporters. Like I say, they banned me, they banned my colleague Avi Amini, but we sent over our beautiful reporter Alexa Levant. She's so great. And for some reason, Keir Starmer forgot to block her. Here's a sample of Alexa in action. Here she is covering one of the big pro-terrorism rallies that Keir Starmer has no problem with in London. Take a look.
If the West feels so sorry for the Israeli Zionists, why don't they give a place in Germany? Why don't they go to Hitler's back garden and make an occupation there? Then they will know what kind of people these are. Why every so many hundred years the Zionists get slaughtered? because Hitler knew how to deal with these people. They probably made a program so they can create a state of Israel in the expense of Palestinian Muslims' blood.
Alexa is great. She's a great journalist, and she landed in the UK and was not stopped at customs. And now she's going to report to the world what happens at that rally. If you like that idea, please help me pay for her economy class air ticket at letusreport.com. Now, step 3 is the fun one, and I really want your help with this one. I'd like you to send an email. Now, don't send it to Keir Starmer. He would just ignore you, or who knows, maybe put you on an enemies list. Send your email to the American Embassy in London. Write to Undersecretary of State Sarah Rogers. Who's that? She's the top diplomat in the United States focused on free speech in Europe and other countries. Remember when Keir Starmer lied and told President Trump he'd protect free speech?
The importance of free speech today.
Well, free speech is very important. I don't know if you're referring to any place in particular. Perhaps they are, but
we've had free speech for a very, very long time here, so we're very proud about that.
We do have, of course, a special relationship with our friends in the UK and also with some of our European allies, but we also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time. Well, no, I mean, certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens, and we don't, and that's absolutely right. But in relation to free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our history there.
Now, Keir Starmer was lying there. Keir Starmer will not listen to his own citizens about free speech, but he just might listen to President Trump. You could tell he was scared of Trump. Let's tell Ambassador Rogers that the British government isn't just violating the rights of Brits. It's now banning American citizens from entering the UK based on political discrimination. I'm not American, but several of the people banned this week are American. So that's my 3-part plan. Part 1, sue Keir Starmer in the Home Office over my visa denial. Get their internal communications where they blacklist conservatives. Step 2, send Alexa Levant a report for Rebel News. She's already over there. And step 3, write an email to the U.S. diplomat in charge of international free speech. Tell her that U.S. citizens like Tommy's friend Don Keith have been blacklisted, as well as Canadians, Australians, and others. You can do all of these things at our one website, letusreport.com. You can help me crowdfund for Alexa's trip and for my lawsuit against Keir Starmer. And you can send an email to Ambassador Rogers. She's the Undersecretary of State for Free Speech. Right from that same website, too. We've made it so easy. Just click one button to send an email. You know, it broke my heart to be banned from the United Kingdom. I really love that place, partly because of its history of freedom. I love the people so much. But I'm not the real victim here. The real victim are millions of Brits who are living under Keir Starmer and his assault on basic freedoms. They're the victims here. But I'm in a position to fight back. Please go to letusreport.com to help me out. If you can help chip in to sue Keir Starmer and get the documents, I'd be grateful. Wish me luck. And help me get Alexa over there. She's already over, but help me pay for her plane ticket. And make sure to send that email. Look, I've already spoken to a lawyer in the UK about suing. It's an uphill battle to sue the Prime Minister. Of course it is, but it is doable. Unfortunately, I need to raise thousands of pounds. If you can help me, go to letusreport.com. Like I say, in the meantime, Alexa Levant's on the ground. Make sure to watch her coverage. And if you can help me with her airfare, go to letusreport.com. But this is the last point. And if you're going to do anything, do this. You know, Keir Starmer was totally terrified when J.D. Vance asked him about free speech. That's why we got to tell the Americans what's going on here. Keir Starmer is not just cracking down on Tommy Robinson. He's attacking U.S. citizens too. Go to letusreport.com and we'll show you a fast and easy way to email the right person at the U.S. State Department. All right, let's fight back. And maybe I can even get over there and do some proper reporting again. Thanks, everybody.